Hi everyone, and welcome to Seminar 4. For this week I want to click in here, go over Seminar 4, any questions that you might have, and provide guidance. For Seminar 4 you're going to be reading chapters 27 and 28. You have the current event focus. The current event focus is going to be any three of these concepts that you're going to be looking at. The key to the current event focus is making sure, is making sure that you have an APA formatted document which includes a title page, reference page, a running header, and in-text citations. If you use the document that I sent to you as a good template, then you'll be okay. But you're focusing on these three concepts, one of them. And make sure to put a graph in your analysis as well. And you can find a graph anywhere you would like in terms of bringing the graph in, as long as you provide a reference and support for your work. Then you have research for paper 1, or phase 1 I should say. Your purpose statement, given it's been approved, you need to proceed to the phase 1 of your research paper. Phase 1 is going to be an explanation of the policy you choose, highlighting its core provisions and market failure problems. And how are you going to correct this? Make sure that it's at least 1 to 2 pages. Make sure that you have APA formatting again, which means a title page, a reference page, and in-text citations. That's key for your development of your work. If you need me to pre-grade anything, please let me know, as I'm more than willing to pre-grade your research paper, or I'm more than willing to grade your current event focus as well. And then you have Seminar 4 participation. Now with Seminar 4 participation, you need to make sure to focus on having at least 10 posts of 1 paragraph in length, and really focus on your content. And you can respond to any of the questions that I post, or you can respond to any of your peers as well, as all of those will count. So for this week, I want to go over some topics in aggregate, or chapter 27, aggregate demand, aggregate supply. And we look at aggregate demand. Well, hold on here. Now the key with aggregate demand, it's going to focus on shifts of the aggregate demand curve. And there's 2 major shifts of the aggregate demand curve: fiscal policy shifts and monetary policy shifts. Now both fiscal and monetary policy can have both expansionary and contractionary policies. If there's contractionary policies that are pursued, then fiscal and monetary policy will cause the demand curve to decrease. If there's expansionary policies of either fiscal or monetary policy, aggregate demand will increase or shift to the right. Now, shifts of the curve, here's a decrease in aggregate demand, here's an increase in aggregate demand. A nice thing that you could put, an aggregate supply, or increase in aggregate supply and a decrease in aggregate supply. A nice thing that you can put in your graph, in your work, as an example of a graph, would be shifts of the curve. So these are shifts of the aggregate demand curve. And you notice this increase in aggregate demand right here could be expansionary policy. This decrease in aggregate demand could be contractionary policies. These are things that you could put into your analysis as long as you provide proper support. But for this week, we're trying to look at how markets and how the economy is reacting based off of changes in aggregate demand, aggregate supply. I'm more than willing to provide more clarification, but if you need any more assistance, please let me know. But I look forward to your effort this week.